The Court of Appeal in Abuja has reserved judgment in the appeal filed by the detained leader of the Indigenous People of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, seeking dismissal of charges on alleged treasonable felony and terrorism the federal government filed against him. A three-man panel of the appellate court, led by Justice Hannatu Sanke, adjourned the case after hearing the submissions made by the appellant and the respondent counsel. The IPOB leader, who is currently facing trial before the Federal High Court sitting in Abuja, had, through his team of lawyers led by Chief Mike Ozekhome, approached the appellate court to query the legal competence of the charge against him. When the appeal came up for hearing, Kanu's counsel, Mike Ozekhome, urged the court to strike out the charges against his client on the ground that the prosecution has failed to establish a prima facie case against him that will warrant continuation of the trial. But the counsel to the federal government, David Caswell, urged the court to dismiss the appeal for lack of merit, arguing that the prosecution has enough evidence linking Kanu to the alleged crime.
We are here to say, Intermediate Court, Court of Appeal, strike out these remaining 7 counts, because the lower court never calmly looked at the documentary evidence we placed before it. The respondent, the federal government, the DSS, they never responded to the critical issues we raised, that Nnamdi Kanu was forcefully abducted in Kenya and tortured and forcefully renditioned to Nigeria on the 27th of June, 2021, against the provisions of the Terrorism Prevention Act, under which he is being charged, against the provisions of the Extradition Act, against the provisions of the African Charter on Human and Peoples Ratification Act, Rights Act.
After listening to both sides, the panel said it will communicate a date to the parties for the judgment. Basil Okafor, CNA News.